everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a floral design on a cut glass bottle. I've actually cut the bottom off. I am making wind chimes with these, and so I'm going to be painting them. Once I paint them, I've cleaned the glass off, gone over it with rubbing alcohol, so it's all ready to go. Once I'm done painting it, yes, I am going to bake them. 350 degrees for 30 minutes. I preheat time to my bake time, so that's actually 50 minutes because my oven takes about 20 minutes to preheat. Put them in cold, then turn on the oven. Don't turn on the oven until you actually put the glass items into the oven. Once they're finished baking, just turn the oven off, let it cool for, I would say, just on the safe side, a couple hours. You know, you can feel it. The main thing is that you're not doing a quick temperature change from a very hot oven to cold air, especially right now when we have air conditioning on and so on. You don't want the glass to break. And then after I'm all done, I will spray the bottle with an outdoor varnish, a spray varnish, and that way hopefully it'll help protect it from the elements. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm using two Amagic paintbrushes. It will be a number 16 and a number 10. Using a fine liner by Westonia, and then a Deerfoot stippler, which is number 8. Paints I'm using are all FolkArt paints, combination of enamels and multi-surface. I am using cerulean blue, happy green, wicker white, thicket, fresh foliage. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the fine liner. So I'm just sticking it into the different colors and adding paint. And I'm just going to begin just kind of scrolling through, adding more lines, and then I'll add leaves to these lines once I'm done. You can just, you know, however, these are where we're going to place the leaves. Actually, yesterday when I was doing my paper sample, I thought, oh my gosh, it looks like a K. I wasn't trying to make it look like a letter at all, but that's what it reminded me of. And I don't know if you've ever seen where people have done letters and they've actually, you know, painted them with flowers, that kind of thing. Well, that's what it reminded me of. Well, that's kind of pretty. So I'll come down here a little bit. I'm just doing just some random little pulls here. And this one down here, you know, I made it kind of thick, which is fine. The thicker you put your paint on, guess what? The more durable the design is going to be. So I don't have any issues with going over these and adding more paint. Yes, they're not always necessarily lined right up, which is fine because I like that look. Like that. That's fine. Alright, so the next thing that I'm going to do is come in here with my flat brush. It's the number 10. Load both sides and then just do a few blending strokes like this, and we'll be good to go. If I need more paint, I can add that. I can also add a touch of white into it. That's really, it just depends. Alright, so we're just going to go like this. Just come out here. Again, if you need more paint on them, just feel free to do so. Another thing you could do is give it some dry time and then come back over it. That way you make sure that it is dry and you get a better coating that way. Yeah, it's a lot different painting on glass than it is on paper. So you really just have to try and see, see how it goes. If you have to make modifications, then make modifications. Not a big deal. It really isn't. And I'm not real particular either about the leaves, because I know some people are very particular about them. You can make, the lightness on the top if you're doing one stroke, the lightness on the bottom. That's up to you. Decide how you want it to be. If you want just a mixture, or if you really want to determine where the light source is coming from, you can do that too. This one kind of has a little bit of a split there with the paint. I just want to make sure that, again, it's good coverage. And it's going to kind of intermix with what I've already painted, because it is a bottle, and so there's not as much room as on my paper. And we'll just keep going here. I will be hitting this with the heat gun, because my next step, of course, is to paint my flowers. So I want to make sure, it's still going to probably pull up some color from below, but that's okay. Very pretty. And I am adding a little bit of white into this. I decided to. Let's see, did we get them all? Looks like it. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my liner and do the loading like I've done before. This is the time where I'm going to go in and put my little lines, my little stems into them. Alright, I went ahead and hit this with the heat gun. My next thing is to start putting the floral part on. And I will be putting one side of the brush into the cerulean blue, one side into the wicker white, doing a couple little blending strokes, and then I will start. Alright, so I'm going to come up here and just do some little wiggles. And you can, come out to the side here and come down if you want, or come, just keep going from one side to the next. I kind of like doing a little bit of both. So we'll do this next one, and I'm going to come out here a little bit. You can vary these two, and then come out here a little bit. And guess what I'm going to do here? I'm going to come up here, put it up here, blend it, or not blend it, but kind of wiggle it, I guess. You put a little bit more paint on there. Come back up. Alright, so then I'll come up here. I'm going to do some full flowers. And if you want, you can put smaller little buds up here too. Doesn't matter. It can be however you want to create it. It's up to you. Yeah, I'm just showing you, just simple patterns just to give you an idea of what can be done. You definitely don't have to do exactly like I do, or you're welcome to do exactly like I do, however you want to do it, but just really slight wiggles, not anything major. And then I'll put these over here. I like to overlap a little bit, especially when I'm doing just a single layer. Makes it easy to do without having to worry about putting on a second layer and having it overlapping, if that makes sense. And then we'll come down here and spread them out a little bit. And do it here, just very simple and relaxing. I mean, I definitely want to encourage people to relax. It's the whole point of doing this, really. Now you can turn this upside down a little bit, and be careful because I have a tendency to mess up my painting when I roll it to the other side. And I will just be doing just the top, or not the top, just the front. That's what I meant, sorry. So I can do part that just comes in the front here a little bit. Just a partial. And do a little more here. Still just a partial. Not going to be a full. And I can come over here. Like that. Let's make them kind of hang down. Let's see how many flowers we have. I think that's good for now because like I said, I'm going to go over it and finish painting it. So the next thing I'm going to do is come back here with the number 10 and just put it into the Happy Green. I really like this color a lot. Happy green, I'm almost out of it, so I have to be careful. But I'm just going to come in here and add some of these. And if it's thin, just go back over it. So I'm going to just come back in, add them where I see. I think this kind of brightens it up a little bit and gives it a little bit more interest. And you can come out here. Come down a little bit, come through the center, and come down here, and I can come back through. I'll probably add one here. They don't have to be, doesn't have to be full of them, but I think it really does help give it just another pop of color. Overlapping. Doing this, and once again I will grab my little fine liner, kind of go into these and come back through and put little lines, add little stems on these, make it make sense. Make sure I pick up the color. Sometimes the color doesn't actually come on my brush. Like I said, and I just put some other, just don't like the one color for some reason. I'm really into the adding some more colors to these. But you can see, my attempt is just to do something that's very easy for newbies to be able to paint and be able to relax. Let's make sure I got them all. We're almost finished, so please bear with me. Got one little quick part to do and we'll be finished. Alright, I think that's good. Now, the final thing is to put the little scruffy. Like I said, I'm almost out of this paint, so I'm going to do the best I can because I really like this color with it. I'm just going to take my Deerfoot stippler and just lightly pushing, touching the center. I don't want it to be a real heavy center. Just light, and try to put it in wherever I can get it, even into these little pieces that are just partly open. And there you have it. Alright, I hope you like this video. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and prior to leaving, if you would, take a moment to share this video on your social network. There's a button underneath the video. Just tap on that. It'll give you the options of where you can share it. You'll be good to go. All right, until the next time, please stay safe.